Hello everybody. Have you ever wanted to build a chicken coop? Maybe you have a chicken coop and you want to build something a little better. Possibly because you got bugs, maybe histoplasmosis, or maybe you're just getting into this and you'd like to see the best practice and the best way to go ahead and do this. I'm here. Come along. I'll show you what you can do. The whole idea about this is building a chicken coop and paying attention to the design and the materials that you're going to be using. You want to make sure that your coop is clean. That way you can stave off bugs. You can keep diseases down. There's a big importance to the proper and the well designed and the materials that you're going to use. For instance, chickens are going to have a place that they can run around. They do dust baths. The dust baths are very important so they can get the oils off of their skins and keep the dust mites away from their bodies. That's how they keep things from attacking their skin and causing infection. Using wire instead of a mesh or a wood fence for the chickens is helpful to keep predators out. It's going to keep a lot more sense and peace of mind for you if you use a wire fence. And it's a good idea to bury that, depending on where you live in the country, at least a foot deep. That way you don't have certain predators digging under the fence in order to attack your chickens. A good idea is to pay attention to your prominent wind direction. If it's coming from the south, you don't want a pitched roof facing south, so it's going to then, take your roofing material off. And if you live in an area like me, we have a lot of rain. I've got some really soggy ground. I'm right next to the ocean. So building it up off of the ground is going to really help with your final product. And it's recommended to build your floor of the chicken coop off of the ground in order to keep bugs out. Now, a good idea for the bugs and the cleanliness is to find linoleum at your Home Depot or your Lowe's or any, hardware store that you have. Find the cheapest stuff on sale. It's for chickens. It doesn't have to be pretty. That way, when there is muck and stuff on the floor, you can easily sweep that out, wipe it out, spray it out, and that's going to help take care of your cleanliness issue. You also want to make sure you have good ventilation. That way, the chickens can have clean air and they're not sitting in that filth and that dust and that dirt that they've created themselves. I personally like to have a nice pitched roof on my chicken coop. That way I can collect the rainwater that comes off of it to provide a clean water supply that recirculates for my chickens. Now, it's not necessary. However, I've been doing this for a long time and I've built a few different coops. I've learned what I like, what works, what helps. Also, you're going to want some windows in there. Chickens know when it's daytime, they know when it's nighttime. The windows are definitely going to help in order to keep ventilation in. Let them know when the sun's up. Let them know when it's time to start moving around and doing things. Again, you're going to want to prevent infection. That's the biggest thing in having chickens and having the bird flu or the avian flu or any of that stuff. And that's what's called histoplasmosis. It is a fungal infection that's associated with, the bird guano. It can pose a serious health risk to the chickens. So make sure that you have a clean chicken coop. Being clean is definitely a lot more appealing to your eye when you go into your chicken coop. You don't want to go into something that's mucky and gross. So, constructing a chicken coop involves more than just assembling materials. It requires careful consideration of design, cleanliness, and a location to ensure the health and safety of the chickens. At this point, you've got a little information. Find what works for you. Basic materials, basic tools, and you'll have chickens in no time. Thank you.